Hello, pretties. Welcome to Vevsterl. So it's been a hot minute. I know the glaring in my glasses is really bad, but I'm gonna take off these glasses pretty soon. So disregard for a little bit. Um, it's been a hot minute, and I wanted to do a get ready with me, just kind of talk about where I've been, what's going on, and essentially how I'm gonna get back in the swing of things because I'm gonna have to update things a little weird. But let's just get started. I do want to do a get ready with me with Laura Los Angeles products because I did just receive the palette, or I did just buy it and it just got here a couple days ago. The Blush Aesthetic palette. Ooh, that glare. Okay, there you go. So there's that. And I'm super excited. Look at these colors. So they're very, very pretty. This really reminds me of Caramel from Persona Cosmetics. Ooh, remove that. Let's see where it is. Caramel. There you go. And I used that one shade once before. Oh, okay, there you go. See that? Pretty close, but this one's a little more shimmery. This one's matte. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to wear that again. It was really beautiful. She said that they're pigmented. Laura Los Angeles said they're pigmented. They truly are. So anyway, let's get started. And I don't want to keep glaring, you guys. If I feel a little awkward or I start moving weirdly, it's because my dog decided that she needs to share a chair with me. So yeah, I normally would use natural lighting, but we are about to have a storm coming or something, and it's super dark outside, so I'm having to use the lights, which again I would rather not. Now Laura Los Angeles is one of my favorite makeup brands. They haven't come out with too many products. Well, kind of. I mean, yes and no. They haven't. Like, they've come out with eyeshadow palettes and a lot of those. They've come out with like liquid lipsticks and quite a few of those. They came out with eyeliners, blushes, and since the palette came out, highlighters, single eyeshadows, but there's not too much variety, if that makes sense, in what she has out. So there's that. I just realized I left my eyeshadow primer back there. Give me a second. Never mind. It's down here the whole time. It's right here. She's come out with quite a few tools, which is brushes and a sponge, which I will say her makeup sponge is my favorite. I love the angledness to it. So I'm pretty excited about that. And she's come out with brushes. Ooh, not starting out too hot. She's come out with brushes, which I actually do enjoy quite a lot. They're actually really reasonably priced and I think are excellent quality. So honestly, top notch there. But there's that. Okay, so what's going on? What happened? Because I've been gone for going on 5 months now. And honestly, what happened was I was going through a rough patch. I was a little depressed because I think I mentioned this before, but I got injured back in May. If you ever don't know this, I play football. I play a ton of football. And I got injured really badly, and to the point where both my knees were sprained and I was barely able to walk, and I wasn't working out properly, and I was depressed. I wasn't eating right, and I started gaining weight, and I got so upset with myself. And then I finally started to feel better and started to like get back in the group of things. I'm changing the color of the lighting because it was too much. It was too intense. And I was finally starting to get in the group of things. I was just feeling overwhelmed, and I was struggling with my channel in the sense that I felt like it was a chore rather than me actually enjoying posting, which is what's meant to be, because I know I don't advertise my channel. Like, I could advertise it more and try to get more subscriber count, but that's not really what I'm about. I just want to do it for me, and it's something that I want to do for myself. And I was just excited. I was just struggling. I didn't feel like posting. I was just really depressed and upset that I got hurt the way I did, and all these side effects from it. And I started getting a little bit better, but I didn't realize how hurt I actually was until I hold on, I'm trying to look for a specific brush. I should have put all my Laura Los Angeles brushes outside, but I didn't. So mistake on my part. Could have done that better. there's a specific brush I'm trying to look for. Not that. There it is. So she just came out with this like big fluffy brush, which I felt like when her first brush collection came out, there was a brush like this missing, and now it's here, and that's what we're doing. And it's creating a weird cast because I only have one light here and I should put it in the middle. It is what it is. We're just gonna roll with it. So I don't know what I want to do. I actually filmed a video and I never posted. The last video I filmed was a swatch party with Candy Skies because I got this like right after it came out. And I just was not, I filmed it, I should have posted it, and I just never did. So I don't know if I want to do something with Candy Skies. I have been keep going, like I've been doing my project hands off screen. I just haven't posted any updates. I know I have to update that. I'm gonna tell you later how I plan on doing that. I don't know if I wanted to use this today. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna just do like a mauvey look because I do have a specific liquid lipstick that I want to wear. So I'm going to start out with Nudie 2. And we're gonna go with this shade right here, Blushing. Just grabbing that big fluffy brush. And bam. This lighting's really upsetting me. It's too much. Okay, now that's too yellow. Yikes. I think we're back where we started. But okay, it is what it is. Alright, so I'm just gonna start putting this in my crease. Just a bit of a wash of pink. If you hear that like heavy breathing sound, it's my dog again. She's right behind me. She has no sense of personal space. There she is. Athena, thank you for coming out and playing with all of us, gracing us with your presence. She is so beautiful. Anyway, I don't know how you guys are doing right now that it's starting to get colder. I mean, it's kind of getting colder here in Texas, but like not really. I think sometimes it gets a little chilly and I wear a sweater, but it's not really cold, which is why I love Texas. Honestly, doesn't get crazy cold. The winters here are super nice, and sometimes like today we just have random 70-degree weather. So we've had actually really nice weather today. I thought about giving my dogs a shower and then I chose against it. I don't know if it was the right decision or not, but I didn't do it. I'm gonna go now with Low Cut because it's just like a rose toned brown. It has like a slight pinky undertone, and just gonna use the same brush just to quickly. I don't want it to look so pink, and I want it to look more mauvey neutral. So there's that. Anyway, so I was back to the story. I was feeling really depressed, not feeling really great about myself. YouTube is feeling really like a chore, and that's never what I wanted this to be. I really wanted this to be a thing for myself to really just kind of enjoy and give myself the time for it. And now I feel like I'm really back in that sense. For the last like month or so, I've been thinking of like YouTube video ideas and like things that I want to do, and I'm like, oh man, that would be a great YouTube video idea to do. And I just started to feel that motivation again that I hadn't had before. I will say though, something that I noticed is I am not the only person that took like a huge summer hiatus. I feel like it was very overwhelming for a second at the beginning of like the spring summertime, where everyone seemed to have been like posting consistently, and it was just overwhelming. There's so many videos. I will say that blend looks really nice. Okay, this lighting, I might just turn it off. Okay, is that worse? It kind of is really dark, but okay, maybe I just need to put it a little bit further away. There you go. Is that a little bit better? I think so. Okay, so anyway, I was feeling overwhelmed. Everyone was posting. I feel like the quality of my videos is not that good, and I really want to upgrade it, but I was just struggling with the computer that I bought, so I am actually trying to sell it, and I want to buy a new one. I'm also feeling overwhelmed at work. This is like the busiest time of the year for me. It is absolutely bonkers this time of the year for me, and I can honestly say I don't like my job anymore. I haven't liked it for a while, and I've been struggling to try to, make it through the day. I'm gonna go with the smaller blending brush of that one. That one's It's an L28, and it's just literally like the smaller version of this one. These two, this should be a set. Like these two brushes alone should be a set. Actually, these two and the L18, these three, this should be a set. This should be the eye set. She should come out with that. I think that's a good idea. Anyway, now I'm going to go with Cat's Pajamas, and I'm going to go with Out the Other, which is like a satin shade. I know that a lot of people did not like this palette because the story was, like, the packaging is not cohesive. I can 100% say I agree, the packaging is not cohesive, but the formula, one of the best formulas. So I'm just going to use this in the outer corner, and like I said, this is a satin shade, so it actually has like a little bit of a shimmer, but if you just blend it out, it's just like a really it's really pigmented underneath all the shimmer, and you can definitely use it as a matte. It's so dark if I do it like that. So I just want to put a little bit of that purple in the outer corner, and yeah, just deepen that up. This is a perfect shadow, color for that. Boom. Okay, I want to be a little bit more intense. So there's quite a lot of like kickback that's picking up, so there's quite pigmented, but I just want to put it right there. I don't want to really blend it. I just want to put it right there. All right, I don't think it's quite deep enough, but I do want it to look a little purpley, so we're gonna stop right there, move on to the next eye, just this instead. I think that you're really hurting my back. What am I doing? Okay, I think I need to concentrate, so pause, be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So like I was saying, I really wanted to, right before I went into my hiatus, I really wanted to upgrade the quality of my videos, and I just didn't feel like I had the right equipment. I did end up buying a camera, which I'm not using for right now because I never used that camera for Get Ready With Me videos because it's really hard to like pause, restart, and then sometimes it stops recording on its own after a certain amount of time. So it's just really hard. It's actually, it has like a little dust because it has not been used. So I did buy a camera, and it works really, really well. It's just the problem that I didn't have the right computer for it, and the computer that I have that I bought specifically for editing is absolutely horrible for editing. So I need to sell it. I need to sell it, and actually like trying to find like what the best way to sell it would be. I'm gonna go into the Jesus Christ, Athena, get down, Jesus Christ. All I gotta say is my dog's insane. So I'm gonna go and now go at Nakey from the Nudie Patootie palette, and I just really want to deepen that outer corner just a little bit more. There you go. Perfect. So I'm gonna be selling this computer. I think I'm gonna do like the Facebook market, and I'm gonna keep using my tablet for now. Oh my god, that was a ladybug. There was a ladybug there was a ladybug in my forehead, and no one said anything, and I just felt it moving, and that's how I figured it out. Oh my god, where did it go? Where did that ladybug even come from? There was just a fucking ladybug in my head. Please somebody tell me that it's like a butterfly and it's meant to be like good luck. Please someone tell me in the comments that's supposed to be good luck. Because if it isn't, I can't handle any more bad luck this year. I can't do it. I don't think I have it in me to handle it. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's what's going on with that, and I do want to sell it, and I think I want to buy a laptop now because I bought a desk computer, and I realized that I absolutely hate having a desk computer because you are absolutely bound to that location, and if you don't feel like inspired to do that in that same location, then it's just not going to work out. So I need to get a laptop that's good at editing videos and like handling like large files and all that stuff, but I was just struggling. So there's that. All that's happening. But that aside, I'm doing better. I'm not as in that like state of man that I was in. I've been able to really get off my ass. I'm not nearly as injured as I was before. It's still, my knees are still not 100%, but I'm able to, like 2 weeks ago, I was able to start working out the way I used to. And I've started to notice a little bit of, I've been able to lose a little bit of weight. It's like 3 pounds. It's not a lot, but I've never been somebody that can lose weight quickly, even if I work out insanely. So that's a huge win for me, and I just gotta try to keep that motivation that I can move my body the way I used to, and I just have to slowly get there. And I need to not eat like crazy because I feel depressed, and just have more moderation, which that's always been the hardest thing for me, because I've always been really, really good about working out, but I've always struggled with the eating part. And it's not necessarily like sweets or anything like that. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's any shades that I want to use. So yeah, it's not necessarily like sweets. I don't have a sweet tooth, but I have a huge problem with spicy stuff. I love spicy stuff. I love chips. I love and I like spicy stuff a lot. I'm going for a mauve look. Mauve, like purple burgundy look. I'm not feeling any of this. Okay, I'm not gonna find it here. So what I find, no, that's a quick one. That's more cranberry. Should I go for quirky? So I'm debating if I should go with quirky. The way I have to pants, isn't that nice? Okay, should I go to quirky, or I could go with Chicky. Chicky's a very glittery shade. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with quirky first. Put it on the bottom, put it on as a base, and then go with quirky on top. And I'm just gonna grab it with my finger. And let's just do this together. I'm gonna get real close for this. That satisfaction you get when you just put it right on everything. Bam. And it just blended right into the outer corner. Beautiful. That's what I wanted. Just soft. Nice. Isn't that so nice? There's such a nice satisfaction out of doing that. I don't know what it is, but it just feels nice to be able to do that. Okay, quickly doing this. So I've been doing a lot better. I've been, like I said, I've finally been able to start working out. I'm trying to eat with moderation, which is, that's, like I said, that's the hardest part, for sure. I just want all the spicy stuff in my mouth. That sounded weird. Okay. That's what she said. So we said it. It's over. It's been spoken. Let's not talk about it again, but that's what she said. I just want spicy stuff. I just love spicy. I'm Mexican. I'm sure that's not a surprise to anybody. If you're Mexican, you probably have a thing for spicy stuff. It's just, it is what it is. You know, and that's okay. I absolutely love spicy stuff. Like I said, not really a sweets person, but looking forward to that. I just want to make sure you remember that I can eat whatever I want, because I'd never want to put myself in a diet and in like heavy restrictions like that, because I don't think that's first natural and or realistic long term. Okay, I know I have a piece of tissue here somewhere. Okay, apparently I don't. All right, we're just gonna go with Chicky. Ooh. These sparkly shades are so nice. Just look at that sparkle. And it just brought out that color. Just bam, right in your face. Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. This is a really interesting formula. It almost feels slightly like a Super Shock shadow. It's like a little bit oily. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like it's not drying at all. It honestly feels like a Super Shock shadow. I think I went a little too heavy with that sparkle. That's okay. All right, I think I need to pause because I definitely need to get some sort of tissue to wet my fingers. So BRB. Okay, so I took a couple minutes to, not a minute, but literally a minute to further blend my eyeshadow. And I recently bought a new color corrector. The one from LA Girl, which, if you don't know, is a cruelty-free brand. It gets very little love, but they had it on my Target, and I was looking for a new color corrector because the one that I have from Cover FX is almost gone, but I didn't really want to place a Cover FX order at this time, so I wanted to try this one. I really wanted to get the peach one, but they didn't have it, and I do have the peach shade in the Cover FX one, and I do feel like it is a little light. I have, ooh. Okay, I was not sure what to expect. But I do feel like the Cover FX one is a little light, but the peach one, I think my dark circles are a little too dark for that, and I need a little extra coverage. So, bam. All right. That's that. Okay. So, as I was saying, I'm starting to feel a little better. And that's, I'm gonna quit doing, like, talking about that. So, I want to talk about my channel, because I definitely left things in an awkward spot. I feel like I left a lot of my project pans just kind of empty, not really talked about. Whoa. That was pigmented. If this is not covered up, oh my god, I hope my concealer can cover this up. Now I know, for future references, not use nearly as much as what I did. Does anybody else feel like I look like the villain from Doctor Strange? I feel like I look like the villain from Doctor Strange. The crazy eyes. All I need is a black veins down my damn face. Oh my god. Just what a mess. Alright. Let's hope for the best. Let's just hope for the best. Alright. Wet my finger. Let's go with my foundations. So, like, these foundations are in my project Partners in Cream. I will say, though, I left this foundation salon for a while because I just was tired of it. I did not feel like using them. I had no intention of it. And I didn't want to, so I didn't. I didn't want to force myself to use my makeup. But now I'm starting to get to feel like I do want to get this done. I don't want them in my collection, so I do need to try to finish them. They're both really close to being done. So I've been thinking that for the next month, I'm essentially going to update and, like, close out all of my project pans, except for my nail polish project pan. But all of my project pans or, like, use up challenges that I was doing, I'm just going to do one update for each one throughout the month and just essentially make them the finale and start anew next year with new project pans, because some of them I finished, a lot of them I didn't, because I didn't want to force myself to use my makeup. And that's that. I don't want to force myself to use my makeup like that. Okay, so this is the Los Angeles brush. It is dirty. I have to wash my brushes, so we're just gonna do that. I will say I like this brush, but I don't like it as much as the original Y6. So the reason this brush came about is because Los Angeles was obsessed. Well, Lee was obsessed with the Y6 brush, and she even made a brush bundle with Morphe, and the Y6 was part of that. But of course, her relationship with Morphe has really gone south, as we all know it. And she created her own makeup brand, and then she decided to make her own brush. I do like it. I don't like it as much as the Y6. It is a little thicker, and it does blend, I feel like, nicer than the Y6. I mean, the finished product is nicer than the Y6. I can admit that. But the brush, a little bit stiffer. And I don't love that, because I can definitely feel the brush strokes on my face, and I don't love that. And I don't have that same feeling with the Y6. It's just, it feels a little rougher, if that makes sense. So, not loving that at all. But the finish, though, just, okay. Let me push back, forward, make myself a little come up a little. The finish, flawless, absolutely flawless. So there's that to consider. Just gonna move that to the side. There you go. Like, it just looks nice. All right. Even though I don't have any brush strokes or anything, and I could just leave it as it is, I do like to tap my foundation with a sponge, and it's just because it's so nice just to take the excess product off your face, because I don't want to have extra product that I don't need to. Her brush, though, does not pick up too much product. I will say that. It has like it almost feels like silicone, but it's not. And it's softer than any of the brushes that I own. Granted, I also own a lot of really cheap sponges, like the Real Techniques one and the one from ColourPop. So this feels a little more nicer than that. Super soft and swishy and everything, but there's that. Okay. All right. So I do want to use my Melt Makeup Cream Bronzer. I finished it or broke it, I don't know, but I ended up having to depot it and put it into this little thing right here. Now, I would normally go with my Real Techniques brush for a cream bronzer. This is the one I use. However, Laura Lee has come out with a brush that is in the birthday set, this one, and she said that she thinks this is a really good one for like cream contour. And I've seen a lot of like makeup artist videos where this is the kind of brush that they would use. But I really liked it for the foundation, and that's what I've been using it for. But we're gonna give it a try today for cream bronzer, and we're gonna try it, see how it works. I mean, it's applying it okay, I guess. I'm just not used to it, to this shape. It is very much more defined than I would normally have. Okay, I mean, I don't hate it. I'm just like I said, I'm not quite used to it. It does a fine job, I guess. I'm gonna be right back because I think this is gonna be awkward, so be right back. Okay, so I did went ahead and put my concealer on as well while I was at it, and I'm using a combination of the ColourPop No Filter concealer and the Milani one. So as we're doing, I'm just gonna blend out my bronzer thing first, which I will say it did a really good job of like on its own. I will say this lighting, I absolutely hate it. I feel like it's changing every like 2 seconds. I don't know, it's the camera because I'm using my tablet computer instead of my actual camera. Hopefully it won't be an issue moving forward. But it is what it is for now, I guess. We're just gonna go ahead and blend this out. She does have a concealer brush, but I don't use brushes for my concealer. I like to use the sponges, so that's what we're doing. Is it just me? Or is it a little orange? Or is it just the lighting? Okay, let's fuck with the lighting one more time. Okay, so we have the LED lights now. And now that I have the LED lights and not the yellow ones, they doesn't feel as red. What do y'all think? Too much, just entirely too much. There's like no in between with these lights. It's just like all or nothing, which is why I don't like using them, quite honestly. So there's that. So anyway, expect throughout the rest of November and into the early beginning of December for me to start wrapping up a bunch of projects that I kind of left open-ended, just because I hate things that are not completed, if that makes sense. And I know that you guys would probably be curious, and I've thought about doing like one video just like wrapping all of them up, but I just thought that would be a little too much. Ooh. Yeah, I just feel like that would be a little too much, and it would be easier if I just kind of did them separately. Otherwise that video would be ridiculously long. Okay, I think I definitely put too much color corrector, and it doesn't show on camera from what I can tell how orange I'm looking, but I'm looking a little orange, y'all. I really am. Okay, so there's this. I'm gonna pause, put the powder on, and I'll be right back because no one wants to see that. So I would normally never put this much powder underneath my eye, but I'm looking orange. This is more pigmented than I thought. It doesn't look like you can see my under the eye circles, but it's so pigmented. I definitely went a little too heavy with it. I didn't know what to expect, but it was my first time using it, so I'm just gonna give myself a pass for it. While I'm baking, I hate baking. I absolutely hate baking. My skin is too dry, but this makeup's not gonna be on for too long, so it's okay. I'm just doing this with you guys right now. Get ready with me. I'm gonna cook like dinner. I'm gonna be making fried rice, which I'm super excited for, and then I'm gonna come back and start filming some of those videos that I was telling you guys about, so I can pre-film for the week, because I know I will not have a chance to film throughout the week because my work schedule is crazy. I think I briefly mentioned I hate my job. And I've not always felt this way, but I think for the last year or so it has been really rough. Not necessarily because of COVID, but the COVID definitely did not help. And I'm leaving my job after the new year. I'm gonna start looking for other jobs after that. And once I find something, put in my notice and just be at peace with myself, I guess, because it's been rough. I love this brush for the under eye. It reminds me a lot of the one from what's it called, Elf, that I really like. So there's it. Okay, so looking a lot better now. Let's see, what do I want to use for my inner corner highlight? Oh, I know, we're gonna use Stark. Okay, I need another brush. All right, I should have grabbed, there it is, the one from Los Angeles, because that's what we're doing, Los Angeles video. So I'm gonna just grab Stark, and Stark, it's a weird shade because it's like a paralyzed shimmer, but it's also slightly dual chromed because there's an undertone to it. It's not just white, it has really nice reflex. Look at that, just so pretty. And Stark is stark, it is in your face. Nice. But I'm also decided that after the new year, or once I figure out my new job situation, I'm gonna start a second YouTube channel that is something else that I'm really passionate about, or that I really enjoy doing, that I just don't talk about, or I used to. When I first created this channel, I thought my channel was going to be a combination of makeup videos and also more like TV shows, movies, and all that stuff. However, I realized that I really need to separate it. It was too much for one channel, and my audience was a little confused at that time. So I decided to essentially stop those, and it was called Entertainment Snob. And I'm still doing like a get ready with me, discussing like movies that I recently watched and kind of giving like a spoiler talk, a slight review from it. But I have really, aside from that, I'm not really talking about it anymore. It's kind of like done and over with. Look at this powder brush. Oh, wrong one. Oh, this brush is so comfortable. Sometimes I just want to grab this brush and just rub it on my face. It just feels so nice on the skin. It just feels so good. Okay, should I do my mascara now, or should I wait and do it later? Let's do it later. Okay, so I'm gonna start a second video, and that video is gonna be more of that channel's gonna be more of those kinds of videos where it's gonna be like reviews of TV shows and movies, but it's also gonna be commentaries of like TV shows. We can watch TV together and whatnot, because I feel like there's something about bonding through a TV show. There's something about that, you know, that I really enjoy, and I want to experience that with you guys. So I don't, Larly does not have a bronzer. At least not yet. I hope she does in the future. Although I do think me and her have different styles for bronzers. But it's okay. For now, I'm going to use my Milani one because I'm almost done with it. I've repressed it already. It's just, I did not press it very hard. And literally just the like the smallest tab would bring up so much product. Just, I barely tapped it. There's just so much product. I did not do it hard enough. Like, I did not press it back hard enough in that pan, and it's just too much product comes out where it's not cute. It's not cute. So I'm trying to just tap the excess off now. And there's that. I've also realized that I really enjoy doing bronzer with just the cream bronzer and just leaving it at that and not wearing a powder bronzer on top. And I really like that. But bam. Now I'm gonna go back with my big fluffy powder brush and then just blend out those edges so they're not crazy. Bam, bam. Okay, bronzer, done. So we're gonna wear the highlighter, and I picked the highlighter ahead of time. And I do have a pressed highlighter in this palette, or the palette comes with a pressed highlighter. And it's called Golden Haze right here. However, I'm not gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with the hair powder, or her loose highlighters, that is Sweet and Saucy, which is like a rose gold shade. I will say though, I know that everyone goes crazy for glazed and bronzed highlighter palettes. I didn't. That's the only product from Los Angeles I don't own, or I didn't own at some point, or some sort of version of it. And I have no intention of buying it. I'm just not that really big into highlighter. I will say that I really like her powder ones. So I did just put a little bit on my cap. Definitely don't need to go with too much highlighter. I know she came out with a highlighter brush that I really liked. Here it is. And we're going to use this one. It's the L25. Just going to touch it a little bit. And I grabbed way too much, so I'm just going to drop the excess back here. You really don't need a lot. These are super pigmented. Back with hair. Oh, Jesus Christ. I look insane. I look insane. Oh, there you go. It's blending now. I was scared. I took too much. I did too much. It was just way too much. I do like her. Everyone was crazy for those highlighter palettes, but I actually think her powder ones, her loose highlighter ones, are probably a little bit nicer, because I've seen the pictures and comparisons of what the other ones look like. But I feel like those are too in your face, and this ones can be built up to be like that, or can be more subtle. And because they're loose, I feel like they just blend into the skin so much better. Just blending, blending, blending. Bam. All right. Put the excess back in the little thing. I feel like I'll never go through this. I used so little product, and I bought all three of them. So I definitely did not need the palette one. All set. And we're going to use that pretty blush I had mentioned before, and I used it earlier in this same brush, so I'm just going to keep the same brush that I used for it before. I kind of wish this mirror was a little bit bigger. I feel like there was room to make it a little bit bigger, you know? But okay. All right. So we're going to go into Caramel Cream. Now, she did say these are pigmented, so I'm just going to do a couple of taps. And she's right. It looks like I don't have much on my brush, but from what I did last time, I'm not going to do the same mistake again. Just put that in. Working it. Okay, I just feel like my skin looks so orange. Okay, that does not look like I did much. Okay, it's probably because of the fucking concealer. I can see the concealer over everything, and everything just looks so orange over it. Okay, now I realize I went overboard, but it's there. The blush is there. Definitely went overboard with it. Go again. Okay, so this video is gonna be ridiculously long. Sorry, not sorry, but hey, it's a comeback video. It's meant to be long. All right. Bam. I'm gonna grab again my big fleshy brush and just blend everything together. All right, and I'm gonna put mascara on, and I'll be back. Okay, I pretty much finished because I was almost done. So I just put the mascara, put the eyeliner, which is the L'Oreal Los Angeles. I will say not my favorite formula. It is really tough, but it does stay on the underline under the waterline really well. And I put my little brow gel, and I did just put the liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Show Off. I almost bought Jaybird, but I saw somebody comparing Show Off to Jaybird, and they're so similar, just this one's a little more berry, that one's a little more rosy. And this is definitely look, like I said, very mauve-y. That's what we're going for. I will say, now that I'm looking at it a little closer, I guess my under eyes are not as orange as I thought they were. However, I still don't love it. But I'm not sure if it's the color corrector. I mean, I for sure put way too much product. So that's for that. And then I know that this concealer also does oxidize, which is why I'm so glad I'm almost done with it. Because I want to be done with it. I don't think I'll ever repurchase that concealer again. I think they're pretty fresh. It's a significantly better formula. So there's that. I'm just going to go ahead and put my glasses back on. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to just turn off this lights. And we're just going to be a little dark. And that it is what it is. Actually, I probably should have just done it in this lighting from the get-go. Because it actually doesn't look that bad. But it is what it is. We've already finished the video. It's done. Nothing I can do about it now. But I do want to say, just quick wrap up. I'm feeling a lot better about myself. And me being able to kind of get back to my new normal. I am really excited to be filming again, and I'm very inspired to do that, and I have a lot of videos that I have planned. Expect a lot of videos just like wrapping up a bunch of project pans because I was in way too many. I will for sure in 2022 not be involved in nearly as many project pans, and I'm going to be very selective with the ones that I do decide to join. I think I'm not going to be in more than like 3 project pans at any given time, not including my nail polish project pan. I think that's gonna be completely separate from that. That's it for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm sorry if the lighting was a complete and absolute mess. Just thank you for your patience. And let's get going. Bye, guys.